Hello and welcome back to the Wrexham Way. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode as we're taking on both clubs from Manchester, United and City, in an episode which is going to be filled with pain, I think. This one is going to be very, very difficult to get through because, well, they're both quite good, aren't they? And, well, we're not quite so good. Anyway, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. But also, one more thing. This video is coming out early today because later on this evening, I'm streaming in the FM Streamer Showdown over on Twitch. It's a big Football Manager competition that me and other Football Manager content creators take part in. Tonight, we're all playing against each other in a big league format to find out who has got the best team before we go into the knockouts tomorrow. So if you want to come along to that, it starts tonight at 6:45 UK time over on my Twitch channel. So link down in the description there. Would love it if you guys could come along and hang out for a little bit. It'd be great to see you. In the meantime, back in the Wrexham Way universe, I think there's a few things to talk about, including a new formation, which we'll talk about later on. But I think the first thing to do is look through what's happened since you guys were last here. And you guys were last here for the Leeds loss and the West Ham loss, which both of them were rather frustrating. Straight away after that, we lost 3-2 in the EFL Cup third round to Leicester. We kind of thought that was probably going to happen because Leicester are a pretty decent team. And actually, we did rotate our whole team around for it, so it kind of makes sense. We did, though, get back to winning ways against Bournemouth. A really big 3-0 victory there, which is great to see and great to get a win over a promoted team alongside us. So that was pretty good, gave us an extra 3 points. We then actually picked up a point at Leicester in the league, so I'd rather lose the cup and get a point in the league against Leicester, so I was pretty happy with that one, especially as we then lost 2 games on the bounce, a 3-1 loss to Newcastle and a 2-1 loss to Chelsea. We then switched up formations to a 4-3-3, which is quite attacking, so make of that what you will. But it worked against West Brom, a 1-0 win there, although it was a very late goal from Nelson Lorca, but it wasn't quite as effective away from home against Aston Villa as we lost 2-0. The thing is, we are doing pretty well in the league though. We are currently 14th with 11 points from 11 games, and I am under the assumption that a point per game, which is currently our rates right now, is enough to keep us in the Premier League. So that's going to be our aim, a point per season, or point per game to stay up this season. That's the point. If we look back to every single previous seasons, 38 points, which is a point per game, is enough to keep you in the Premier League, as you can see. In fact, most seasons it keeps you well above the relegation zone, gets you a good few points clear. Like this season, you'd be 8 points clear at that stage. So a point per game is our target, and that's what we need to do. Now, the date is currently the 20th of November, which means we're not too far away from a January transfer window where we will be making additions to the team. I think there are areas that we certainly need to strengthen. However, there's one player I want to try and bring in today. And that is this guy, Philip Shu. He is currently a centre-back playing in Denmark right now for AAB. And because Denmark's, their season is from like January to December sort of time, their contracts also go January to December, or December to December essentially. So his contract expires in a couple of months' time, which means we can offer him on a free contract right now. And I've actually tried to do this a couple of times already, but you'll find out the issue in a minute. Now, the reason I'm so interested in him is because Inter want him, Tottenham want him, Atalanta want him, and they're all better than us, but also he is actually a pretty decent player. Also, 6'6", which is absolutely fantastic. The issue with that is that his heading is only 11. That's kind of the weakness there. 11 heading. We need to get him better at heading. Other than that, I think he's a pretty decent player. But there is one big issue with this guy, and it is if we go to try and sign him, he tells us exactly what he wants. English, playing as a no-nonsense centre-back and strengthen defenders as an important player, right? That's what he wants. Suggest promises. He just gets angry straight away. So we've got to offer him something more than this. We're not even close to my client's demands, apparently. I don't understand it. You've literally told us what you want. We say, yes, have it. And you still get cross. So what else does he want? I mean, treat the club as a stepping stone. We can do that if he wants, because that might mean a big release fee clause. What else can we do with you? Long-term aims for the club are to become an established Premier League team. Is that on there? No, it's not, but we can go top half in 29-30. That might be reasonable enough. What else do you want on there? I don't really want to put big pay rise on there, but I'm kind of tempted to do it. Suggest. Even after all of that, he doesn't want to... But his agent tells me, his agent says, yes, he might consider joining Wrexham. He'd love to get it done. So although he would be great to bring in, I'm starting to think that maybe actually he's just never going to join us. I mean, we have the money to bring him in because we're not spending too much right now. We are saving a lot of money, particularly from all the TV money coming in. So we're up to £25 million in the bank balance. We have got over £100,000 in the wage budget, which is fantastic as well to spend. So I'm looking forward to that. But that will go very quickly because loads of our players right now are demanding new contracts. And I keep saying, no, the club can't afford it. There's only going to be a certain amount of time until one of the players watches one of these videos and sees that we've got £100,000 in the wage budget and they're going to go mental. Anyway, moving on to today's game against Man United. We've got a new formation, but also a bit of a dilemma in terms of the selection. So, this is the new formation. You might think, Tom, this is very attacking because it is. We have 7 attacking duties on right now. It probably is a bit too many. Basically, the byline is a blog that Football Manager themselves make on their website, and they did an article this past week about how good centre mids on attack are. So I thought, right, I'll abuse it. Let's try and get 2 centre mids on attack into the team. And then it kind of made sense, because we've not really got much attacking threat with only 1 striker, let's have 2 inside forwards playing as well. But you may as well put them on attack to actually shoot, because if they're on support, I don't think they shoot as much. Maybe we could change them to support, but we'll leave them on attack right now. And then I feel like we always have to have fullbacks on attack. I mean, I've not gone quite so far to have wing backs, and I have gone for some defensive shape in the fullbacks. But, yeah, I've gone for the attack there. And to be fair, we've basically got 3 centre-backs in these guys anyway, so it'll be fine. Until, of course, it's not fine and we end up losing some games like 5 or 6-0. But this is an idea that I'm trying to run with for now, and we'll see if it works. However, we do have a bit of a selection nightmare because of our first choice players for this formation in particular. Rebergen can't play because, of course, he's from Man United, so can't play against his parent club. That means that Lorca's got to come onto the team, but he can't play as an inside forward because he's not got a left foot or a right foot, whichever foot you need to be on the left-hand side or right-hand side of the pitch. I can't remember. So we're going to make him a winger on attack instead. We've then also got injuries and suspensions at the back. So Paul Dillon is going to come off for Paul and then come off the bench himself. And then Thomas Parry, who actually has got the 3rd highest average rating in the team of a 7.05, who's played frequently. Because I think maybe you could say Corey Alton's played frequently with 6 appearances. It's over half the games this season, or actually half of the games this season. So he's played pretty well. But Thomas Parry's been solid at the back for us. But obviously he can't play, he's suspended, so we'll bring Lucas Holter on instead at the centre-back role. And so what that means is the starting lineup for this game is Torre Breque in goal. Now, Gaston Andreucci was recently on international duty with the Argentine under-22 team for the Pan-American Games, which they lost in the final of. He only played 1 game against Canada, someone else played the rest of the games, so it was a bit of a waste to have him away with Argentina all that time. But whilst he was away, Torre Breque came into the team, and look at this average ratings. Yes, he has conceded quite a few goals, but he's got the best average rating in the entire team, so maybe he actually does deserve the start. The rest of the back line is pretty familiar, apart from the changes that we have made, of course, with Timon Cambuala, Holter and Pole. Alex starts in the CDM spot with Herrera and Ostergaard in front, Pizarro and Lorca on the wings, with Roxvag as our pressing forward. So, kickoff is upon us here today. We are at home, which probably won't make much of a difference, I suppose, against Manchester United. But we're going to give it a good shot here today, as immediately we lose possession, but win it back. Herrera and Timon on the ball right now on the left-hand side. Back to Cambuala, already on a yellow card, less than 5 minutes into the game. That's rather bizarre. Of course, Cambuala used to play for Man United, signed for us instead, and over the recent international break, picked up his first international appearance or cap for the Democratic Republic of Congo. So congratulations to Cambuala for that. Unfortunately, our attack forward resulted in a save, but the highlight is continuing, which makes me think there's more of a chance to score a goal in a second as Lorca heads the ball down towards Pole. Pole, trying to get past the defenders, does get past the defenders, in a position to get it into Ostergaard, who can put a ball into the middle. He does. Henderson, I think he hit the crossbar. That's probably what the highlight's for. Let's not get too excited then. The cross hits the crossbar, and that's what the highlight was for. You hate to see it. In the meantime, more highlights as Ansu Fati for Man United comes forward. That's a big signing for them. I'm pretty sure I also saw Ricky Puig in there. So they've just signed loads of Barcelona youngsters. They've got a very good team. Martinelli's way offside there, so that's not going to count. They also had Ryan Gravenberch in the team, so this Man U team is absolutely stacked. Anyway, we are doing pretty well. I mean, actually, we're doing very well. Man United, technically 2 shots. 1 was offside, so they've had 2 shots in this game. We've had 4. Suddenly, we are doing better than Man United in this game, which is very bizarre. I'm expecting us to get absolutely battered here today, but maybe we are making it work with this weirdly attacking formation. I think we have found the answer to how to do well in FM22, and it is just that attack is the best form of defence, because it worked pretty well last season, and, well, it's a set piece. We'll, you know, not score from open play. Attack is still the best form of defence until it comes to a corner, then we don't quite know what to do. But maybe justified and deserved. Man United take the lead in this game just before half-time. But I tell you what, you know, I think we're playing a pretty decent first half here, as Ostergaard's been put through. Go on, lad. He's in the box, into Lorca. Lorca turns, can't shoot. Ostergaard shoots. Henderson with a good save. That was a really good situation, but if we just had maybe more decisive and slightly better players, potentially that one could have resulted in a goal. Paul wins the ball at the back though, and the highlight is continuing as Alec gets the ball back into Lucas Holter, who brings it over the halfway line into Ostergaard, out wide to Lorca, who finds Ostergaard with the return pass, who continues down the left wing, plays it into a central area as Alec on the ball. Back to Lucas Holter, back to Alec. We are building slowly here, but Roxvarg finds the ball to Pizarro, who... Well, it's half-time here. Wrexham 0, Man United 1. It's not actually that bad of a scoreline, to be fair. I was expecting today to get absolutely smashed, but we haven't been. Annoyingly as well, Dean Henderson's on a really solid 7.2 rating, which means he's made some very important saves. I think our XG is pretty good. If anything, we've been quite unlucky here not to score more goals, I reckon. So hopefully we'll come out in the second half and do something as Roxvarg on the ball gets it into Herrera, who shoots from distance but puts it wide of the mark. Herrera's been called up to the Colombian squad in recent international breaks, but I don't think he's played. I don't remember getting a notification saying congrats to Herrera for making his first appearance for Colombia, but it's good to see him in and around the national setup, which is great. As again, we're looking to come forward. Lorca out wide. Can he just deliver a ball onto someone's noggin? No. Well, he can, just a Man United noggin, which is not what we want, but we're still maintaining pressure as Lorca's offside, I think. I think Lorca's offside. I don't want to celebrate because I'm pretty sure he was offside there, which is going to be horrible. I think the referee will confirm it. Yeah, I thought so. How offside was he? Well, it must have been quite offside if I spotted it in real time. Oh, it's actually a lot tighter than I thought it was. A lot tighter. Oh, that's so annoying. But I tell you what, when Lorca has played, I mean, right now he's on a 6.3, which is not ideal, but when he has played, he has scored some goals, and it's just the fact that Rebergen is so good on the right wing that he doesn't get game time. But maybe we do need to treat him to a little bit more game time, because he does play well, apart from today apparently, but we've seen him have some good chances, and obviously the offside goal doesn't really affect his rating at all, as Torre Brecche makes a good save there. We've got about 25 minutes until the game concludes. We need to do something to get the result, and Herrera's quite tired, so let's bring Galbraith on instead to see if that makes a change up top. Pizarro's tired, let's bring Jacobson on. The thing is, because inside forwards need to be good at dribbling, it's why Pizarro is on the pitch. He's got 16 dribbling and 17 pace. Like, he is so good at running at defence. We have run at defence turned on in our tactics, as you can see. And it's the same with, we can't see it with Lorca. I mean, he's actually fairly decent at dribbling and pace, but Rebergen's much better, which is why I like those two playing mostly, because they're so good at dribbling and they're so fast. Maybe it's better actually to put Jacobson as an inside forward on support. Supportive duties might just suit his attributes a little better, maybe. But just before the changes are made, there is a highlight, and I'm kind of hoping it's a highlight for a goal forward, as Galbraith, who is somehow on the pitch right now, scores! What? Instant impact. I didn't realise he was on the pitch already. I guess it's making tactical changes, isn't it? Because I've just switched the role, haven't I? Not the players around. So I just switched the role, didn't I? So he's on the pitch already. Literally his first thing to do in the game is dribble, shoot, and score. We're 1-1 with Manchester United. Will I want to make tactical changes? Yes, change the role, please, of matey boy, Jacobson. Okay, so 15 minutes to go. Actually, I've just seen the match stats as well. We've had double the shots Man United have had. Blimey. That is well impressive how we're doing that. Okay, let's just Stay calm, all right? 10 minutes to go. We've been in this situation before, notably Brighton, where we drew 3-3. We had 26 shots to their 7 shots, and we drew. Man United could only have, like, 2 shots, wouldn't they? And they could still win. Poll has just given away a penalty. The referee's looking to give it. I think the question might be, is it in or outside the area? But I think it was inside the area. And yeah, Poll gives away a penalty. I can't believe this. Ansu Fati to take. Breke saves it. You love to see it. The penalty saved. Lorca clears. The draw is still on. Or is the win on? As the corner into Cambuala comes back off the crossbar. The final few minutes of this game is exciting. Okay. Hold on to your seats, everyone. 5 minutes. Look how many yellow cards. Look how many yellow cards we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we're getting fined for that, aren't we? I think it's like 25 grand if you get like 4 yellow cards in a game. So, I mean, that's a lot of yellow cards to get. We just love yellow cards, apparently, but we also love drawing. That is a huge result for us. Okay. I am very, very happy with that. That's a great result. That gives me a lot of confidence, and it keeps us up with the point per game philosophy, which is superb. Next up, though, is Man City, and they're top of the league by a long way right now. They've also got Haaland playing for them, who I believe has now got... He did have 17 goals in 11 games. And yes, 25 grand for receiving 8 yellow cards in that game. And Willy Cambuala has also picked up a match ban for 5 yellow cards this season now. Also, we've just signed 2 new scouts as well. I just asked the board for more scouts. That option came up, so I could ask them for more scouts again. And we've got 2 coming in. We've got this guy, De Souza, who's going to be scouting South America. So like Brazil, Argentina, stuff like that, which would be absolutely fantastic. Previously of Man United, so must be a pretty decent scout with 16 and 17 judging player ability and potential. And then we've got this guy coming in who is Ukrainian. He's got 19 judging player ability, 20 potential. I'm not entirely sure where I want him to be, because it would make sense for him to keep scouting what he's good at, which is Northeast Europe, so Russia, Ukraine, Moldova, for example. That would be quite good. But given that he is very adaptable and is very good at judging ability and potential, it might be better to put him in, like, South America. Also, by the way, he's an owner of a club. He was a chief scout at Kiev, and he's now the owner of a club, which I can't click on. I like that. He's a scout for his main job with us, because he's a full-time scout. But on the side owns a club. You love to see it. Ooh, Galbraith wants to leave the club to get more regular playing time. This is not a contract demand, which is weird because he's been asking for contracts all season. Now he wants to leave the club. And it kind of makes sense because he's not really playing as much football as he should. Even though he probably is a really good player. I don't know, it's difficult. Adam Thomas Parry, who's done a stellar job, by the way, of making sure players drop contract concerns, has convinced Galbraith he's happy at the club. You love to see it. Adam Thomas Parry is my hero. He is so good at convincing players to just like drop all their concerns. What he might not be so good at is stopping Man City scoring against us. That's likely to happen today. So for this game, Rebergen can come back onto the pitch, and that is exactly what he's going to do as an inside forward on attack. Let's see how well he plays up there. We'll bring Lorca back onto the bench as well instead of Neil Long. Cambuala is going to come off because he's suspended, so Adam Thomas Parry comes on, and then Paul Dillon can go on the bench, and that should be absolutely fine. I don't think the team needs to have any other changes. Okay. Submit. No. Swap those 2 over. Because I think Holt has got the left foot. He does, yes. And Adam Thomas Parry doesn't really have a left foot at all. Weak left foot. Okay, that's fine. Submit team. Let's go to the game. I'm sure that's going to make all the difference as well against Man City. Just swapping those 2 centre-backs over. It'll make all the difference. But kickoff is upon us once again. And once again, the 4-3-3. Will it work out for us? I think it worked pretty well in that previous game against Man United. But obviously, Man City, a bit of a different kettle of fish. They have some very good players, including Karim Adeyemi up front, who is one of the best strikers in the game in the future. They've got Haaland as well. He's got 17 goals already this season. Like, this Man City side is scary. But Josh Tymon says, I'm not scared of you, as he finds Rebergen on the ball. Rebergen turns in the middle to Herrera, cleared only as far as Timon. Pizarro, Ostergaard, scores! 2 minutes in, we've got a goal. Ostergaard gets the goal that puts us in front against Man City. And who needs Haaland and Adeyemi when you've got a midfielder called Ostergaard who's actually a ball-winning midfielder, not really centre-middle attack, but he's playing as a centre-middle attack and it's working out for him. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. I like what's happening here right now. It moves us up to 12th on the table as things stand right now, above the point per game ratio. So we'll take it, lads. We'll take it as Declan Rice and Jack Grealish and some guy called Zach Rotarth, I can't say his name. Either way, they combine to try and get the ball into the middle to get a goal back. And they're forced backwards by our defence, which are pretty tightly packed in there, I must say. We are... Come on, lads. Going to win possession back and go on a counter-attack soon, aren't we? No, Foden finds Cancelo. Cancelo swings one into the middle. Cleared by Thomas Parry, the great defensive mind of Adam Thomas Parry, but only as far as Man City players. And again, they just try to come forward as the ball is again put towards the box. Declan Rice has it out wide, plays out wide further still. This highlights long. It's cleared. But again, how long are we going to be able to clear it for? Not very long. Foden scores. Okay, well, I tell you what, 1-1 with Man City is pretty decent. I mean, I'd take 2 draws today. I'd take a draw and a loss. Whatever happens in this game, I'll take it after that draw against Man United. So I'm not too upset with what's going to happen here today against Man City. But as they again work the ball into the area, Foden scores another one. Potentially offside though, but I don't think it should count as offside because the keeper touched it first. Or maybe I just don't know what the offside rule is because I think I said it quite a lot and it always works out to be offside anyway. So hopefully it is offside. Okay, so I was right, which is rather annoying. You hate to see it. I don't even watch the... yeah, let's watch the replay. How offside was he? Actually, he wasn't offside at all, even in the first instance. I've seen that now. So 2-1 down to Man City, but again, we drew against United, so I kind of feel like whatever happens in this game, I'll kind of just take it, if I'm honest with you, because I thought today we'd lose horrifically in both games. And we still might lose horrifically in one game, but at least we got a result in the other. As Rebergen finds Herrera. Herrera now, can he find Rebergen again? He does, and Rebergen's got the pace and the dribbling to get to the edge of the penalty area into Roxvarg, who gets the shot away, but Ederson at the near post holds on to it. To be down 2-1 to Man City at half-time is well, not quite half-time. I've spoken too soon. Watch a goal come in here now. It's my fault. It's my fault for suggesting it was 2-1 at half-time. I'm sorry, game. But I'm sorry. Again, another instance of me just jinxing things completely. How? Anyway, we are approaching half-time. 3-1 down. And somehow Ederson's made a save there. How has he saved that? Second half though, right at the start, Foden with a free kick, cleared up to Roxvarg, and now can Roxvarg do the impossible and try and create a goal out of this? He runs down towards the corner flag because he's got no pace at all, and waits for people to arrive in the middle, cross into Ostergaard, who's not quite there, but the clearance is only as far as Lucas Holter. Now Lucas Holter can... please do something with it. Does do something with it into Timon. Good. Okay, Timon now drives towards the edge of the penalty area. Across to Ostergaard. Ball cleared only as far as Pole, though. Pole into Thomas Parry. Thomas Parry into Pole. Across to Herrera. Loses possession. And now Adeyemi's been put through. Watch it be 4-1. Lucas Holter, our hero. Stops it being 4-1. For now, at least. There's still... a whole 43 minutes left to go. That's only been 2 minutes in the second half. Okay. It's a long afternoon, this one. A long afternoon in Manchester, but you know what? We are playing well. 9 shots to City, 7 shots to us. They're only just ahead of us in possession. It's not like we are being absolutely overrun here. We're not playing badly at all, but it's time to make some changes, I reckon, out there. And... again, Herrera just doesn't seem to want to perform at the moment. Bring him off for Galbraith again. Roxvarg's going to come off for Escobar. And I think Timon's going to come off for Corey-Alton too. Let's confirm that. Now, of course, it's not going to be too long until Corey-Alton goes out on loan because, of course, our young 17-year-old, soon-to-be 18-year-old left-back from... oh, Thomas Parry's got himself sent off. just after we make all our changes. Luckily, Alec can just slot into a centre-back role, which is quite nice. But we will have that new left-back coming in from Croatia, I think it is, isn't it? He comes in January, so that would be pretty good for us. Anyway, with 7 minutes or so to go in this game, 10-man OP could come into play here. Can we... Good save there. I mean, I was about to say, can we get a goal ourselves? But they nearly score one, so let's not talk too soon. But Man City's corner hopefully is going to get cleared. We'll go on the counter, and we will score a goal to make it 3-2. Score another one to make it 3-3. Score another one to make it 4-3. We're going to come home victors today. I believe it's going to happen. If you manifest it enough, I feel like anything's possible. But clearly, I've not manifested it quite enough in this instance. We lose 3-1. But I tell you what, a point from today's episode is... beautiful. It does mean we drop back down to 16th in the table, but we're 4 points clear of the relegation zone. We're just behind the point per game average that we need to stay up this season, so I'm happy. I still think that's pretty good. So again, because I've not got a whole lot of time this weekend, because I've got Lincoln games to do, I've got streamer showdowns to do, I've got people to see, I think next episode will be, again, pretty quick. We'll come back for Liverpool and Crystal Palace, both away from home, which will be tough, but both pivotal games just before we sign some players in January, I reckon. So thank you ever so much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Goodbye.